Little Hands, Big Attitude Book 5 The Thief and the Sleeper Chapter 21 So this is normal? As soon as the bowl was placed before him, Shadow realized he was absolutely starving. Perhaps it was because he hadn't really had the opportunity to eat something substantial since he'd woken up, but he hadn't really felt hungry until now. Even with Stone, he must have not felt safe enough to let that guard down.
That good, huh? Glad you're feeling well enough to eat.
Sorry. Am I going too fast?
Just don't make yourself sick, is all. Glad somebody else around here likes oatmeal, besides me though.
I like it. It's just not as good as Lucky Charms.
What did you two eat while you were running around?
Rouge shrugged as she sat on the other side of the table.
Potato chips, coffee and scones when Stone found us. Not really much.
No wonder. I would have died before now if that's all I'd had in 4 days.
Shadow put another spoonful into his mouth.
As long as it's good food, I'll eat whatever you give me.
He was quiet for another moment, and then swallowed hard.
Do you think the agents will be here soon looking for me?
I'm not sure they even know what you look like. I could say you're my cousin and they wouldn't even hey.
Sonic.
Mom, it's perfect. We could.
It's also lying. I don't want to lie to get out of trouble.
Even if the alternative is to be put back in the icebox?
Shadow's ears folded back a bit.
Yes, even then.
Knuckles walked over, putting a hand on Shadow's shoulder.
You are a noble warrior, Shadow the Hedgehog. It would be most unfortunate for this to transpire.
Thanks.
Shadow finished off the oatmeal and then carefully climbed down from the stool, just in time to hear a soft sound from the hall.
What's that?
Sounds like the baby's awake.
Oh my gosh. Yes! Shadow! You have to meet Obby.
Is that the dog I ran into last night?
Oh no! That's Ozzy. He's here too, but he's really friendly.
Shadow was hesitant, but he hobbled after the group as they made their way to the hall. Maddie went to open the door and Ozzy came hurrying out of the room, tail wagging. He sniffed around a bit, and then found Rouge and Shadow, walking up to them.
Easy, easy.
Shadow whimpered as the dog came to him directly, sniffing and nudging the dark hedgehog with his nose. Shadow then jumped as he started to lick his face.
Ack, no, stop. Mind your manners.
Sonic giggled, grabbing Ozzy's collar and pulling him back.
Alright, Ozzy, that's enough.
Shadow scrubbed the slobber clean from his face, and then looked up as Maddie once more exited the room, a small shape in her arms. Sonic was bouncing on his toes as he watched his mom bend down, allowing Rouge and Shadow to look at the baby Sonic had called Obby.
Oh my gosh.
Rouge, Shadow, meet Obsidian. Obby for short.
Shadow crept a little closer.
He looks like me.
If Shadow had ever been a baby hedgehog and had blue streaks and green eyes rather than his red, this is probably how he would look. Obsidian looked back at him with the same wide-eyed expression, and then reached out for him.
He wants you to hold him, Shadow.
Maybe we should have you sit down on the couch before we do that.
They all headed to the living room, and Sonic looked where the fourth hedgehog had been, now absent.
Hey, where's Silver?
While you guys were introducing Ozzy to Shadow, I swapped him into our room so he could have some peace and quiet. Best for a migraine.
Shadow pulled himself up onto the couch as Obsidian continued to reach for him, and Sonic sat down beside him as Maddie then carefully handed the tiny hedgehog off.
Be careful, he likes to grab onto things.
Shadow held the tiny hedgehog in his lap. He was so light. His fingers were so tiny, brushing Shadow's muzzle as he looked back.
Is he your little brother, Sonic?
Yeah, well, I mean, not by birth, I don't think, but we adopted him like the rest of us.
Well, that was what I was asking. Biological. Funny that he looks like me, but his streaks and eyes are your coloring.
Hey, I am not the father.
Then who is?
Our dad found him on a farm outside of town when he was maybe a day old. No mom, no dad, no siblings, no idea where he came from. He's been with us ever since.
But he's got his own powers, too. You know how I mentioned that vision Tails and Knuckles saw about you? Obby was the one who created the dreamscape they saw that vision in.
Among other things.
Shadow's eyes widened a bit, and then he looked to Obsidian once more.
You told them about me, huh? How did you know about me, little one?
Obsidian reached out, putting his hand on Shadow's muzzle. He didn't speak, but Shadow could see it. There was understanding in his gaze, and perhaps a little mischief. This tiny hoglet knew something, or perhaps a lot of something. Smack.
Ow.
Shadow pulled back a little as Obsidian smacked his nose with his hand, shaking his head and looking to the toddler who'd burst into laughter and appeared to be winding up to do it again.
Oh, so you're a fan of slapstick humor, huh? Sorry, but I don't think that's a habit you should be forming. Did you send me those visions of Sonic, Obsidian?
What do you mean?
Ever since I woke up from the capsule, I've been getting these images in my head. I didn't know who it was at first, but it was you, Sonic. But Golden, reaching out for me, trying to catch me when I was falling, and then I saw Silver in the same way, just for a moment, when he was holding up that shield over us at the lake. What do they mean?
Sonic shook his head.
I don't know. I mean, I went gold at one time. I used all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds to stop Robotnik, but you weren't there, and I never had to catch you when I was like that.
Remember the 3 pillars in that final vision we saw? There was you, and Silver, and then a third we didn't recognize. Maybe. It was supposed to be Shadow. Maybe it's all to say that the 3 of you can use the Chaos Emeralds like that.
But it seemed so ethereal, like a dream.
Shadow shook his head.
I don't understand anything that's happened to me since I woke up, or even who I am anymore.
Rouge put a hand on his shoulder.
I don't either, Shadow, but it'll be okay. If everything hits the fan, we can just teleport away with the stone, right?
Shadow shook his head.
I don't have the Chaos Emerald anymore.
You what?
Rouge and Knuckles looked to each other as both of them exclaimed in unison, but then Rouge continued.
What do you mean you don't have it? Did Stone get it?
Shadow's ears folded back a bit against his head.
No. When we were fighting Stone back at the lake, I threw it into the lake. Through a hole he made in the ice. It's at the bottom of the lake by now. I had to make sure he didn't get it.
Ah, very well. A wise decision.
Knuckles settled back into a solemn state, giving a nod.
Wise? How is that wise? That thing's too important to just sit at the bottom of a frozen lake.
Kaya's down there. She's a friend of ours and a water goddess from our planet. She's the one who made the Chaos Emeralds.
If the Chaos Emerald is with her, it could not be in safer hands.
And it means that at least part of what my ancestors stole from her all those centuries ago has been returned to her.
Rouge didn't seem fully convinced, but Shadow was intrigued by this news.
Sonic, is that why you were trying to reach the lake? In hopes that this water goddess could help us?
Sonic nodded.
Stone didn't know about her, and I guess he still doesn't. But if anyone could have turned that thing to scrap metal, it was Kaya or Silver, apparently.
Shadow squirmed in his seat.
Yeah, I'll have to apologize to him properly for that later.
He paused as Abby began to fuss and squirm a bit in his arms, and then handed him back to Maddie.
I'm not sure what happened there.
It's okay, Shadow. Babies are just fussy sometimes.
She then turned as the phone rang, and Shadow ducked deeper into the couch as she answered it.
What if it's the government looking for me?
He hissed as Sonic gave him a confused look.
Wachowski residence?
Maddie gave the boys a wink as she said the next thing.
Allison.
It's okay, Shadow. It's just Miss Allison. Silver and Blaze live with her.
Shadow relaxed a little.
Yes, he's here with me. Nasty migraine, though. Figured he could just stay here for the night, and then head back over tomorrow when he's feeling better.
Sonic's face lit up and he pumped his good arm.
Sleepover.
I'll help you get the pillows and blankets down from our room.
Shadow watched the 2 middle Wachowski boys hurry from the living room and into the hall, and Knuckles shook his head.
What exactly do you do at a sleepover?
Knuckles shrugged.
Never attended one formally, I suppose. But surely it involves actually sleeping.
So this is what a normal day for you is like?
No, it is not.
Tom was about ready to drop by the time he entered the house that night. Paperwork and evaluations with the gun agents took far longer than he thought it should have, and it was well past 7 before he was able to go home. Trudging up the steps towards the front porch, he could feel more snow was on its way, which he knew would delay the agents from further search. For now, they were pulling out to secure Stone and the rest of his assets. He stomped snow from his boots, turned the knob, and stepped into the warmth of the house.
I'm home.
He hummed, looking around.
Dada.
Obsidian toddled his way from the kitchen, arms up and reaching for him with a huge grin. Tom smirked, bending down and picking up the tiny hedgehog, setting him in the crook of his arm as he peered into the kitchen.
Welcome back.
Maddie greeted, pausing from her task of washing dishes to plant a kiss on his cheek.
I saved you some spaghetti. It's in the fridge.
Thanks, babe.
He looked to the living room, seeing the couch, chairs, and even the floor were occupied by a bunch of kids all watching the television. Knuckles sat in the armchair, with the Master Emerald in its satchel beside him. Silver was on the couch and already asleep, while a female white bat was perched on the arm of the couch at the other end. Sonic and Tails were settled on the floor, each one holding a controller as they played, and in the middle was Shadow, his chin resting in his hands as he watched the other two play curiously.
Settled in for the night.
Yup. Silver was sick from a migraine when they got back. Shadow's too spooked to even go near the windows right now. And Rouge.
Maddie smiled as she took their youngest from his dad.
She wouldn't leave without him.
Full house tonight.
Right.
Tom went to the fridge and pulled out the leftovers mentioned, putting them in the microwave before crashing onto one of the bar stools.
Long day, and tomorrow will probably be even longer.
I know. I wanna at least try to sneak Shadow to the clinic tomorrow morning to get his leg looked at. Even if everything goes south, we should at least know what injuries he has.
With the snow coming back in, I wouldn't be surprised if the agents don't get out in it until later. Just be careful, Maddie.
Of course, I'll have to do a handoff at the clinic to pass Silver back off to Allison anyway.
Tom looked back to the newest hedgehog in town as Shadow yawned, mumbling something to Sonic, who smiled as he responded.
He's just a little kid we get attached to easily.
Agreed.